different things like that.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you must have had a nice variety of answers.
Yeah. And, you know, some want to share, you know, they're excited about sharing, but for some it's hard, you know, for them to talk, because they're either shy or, you know, maybe they feel like it's not as exciting. But yes, I get them to share that.
Either way, tapped into it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
All right. Great. Okay, so can you tell me about a time you've had a conversation with one of your black male students about his personal life or his plans or his goals?
Yes, I can. I mean, I've had several, you know, with my students as far as their goals, but I'm trying to think last year, or yeah, well, I just spoke to one of my students last week. He graduated last year, but he came back to see how I was, you know, to see how I was doing and tell me how well he was doing. And he actually is at a junior college, but he joined the organization for to help. And he said it's, you know, a lot of African American males in there, but it's just to help them to stay on track. And they have counselors, they have all these different events that they can go to, but it's really to help them to stay focused in college. But did I answer your question? I don't know.
Yeah, you did. And that's something I can tell you now, that when I write it up, that I will explain the relationship having been so meaningful to where you have your students coming back and still sharing their future plans and goals with you. And that means that there was a significant connection made here. So, that's fine. Believe me,
I did. And, you know, but I'm trying to think, like last year, my seniors, you know, I had another student who, because I have my students in the 9th grade and as seniors.
Oh, nice. So you get to see them as freshmen?
Yes, and as seniors. And so I do have a senior last year, just very nice young man, and he got accepted to like 5 or 6 different colleges, and just I found out from personal conversation that he's a foster kid, but his grandmother is raising him, but it's considered a foster home, and but you know there's a stigma about foster kids, and I just never would have thought this kid came from a foster home because of just how respectful and just polite and nice and just hardworking, driven, you know, to do good in school, taking AP classes along with his CT classes, and just driven to graduate, to get scholarships because he knew he wanted to go to college. Just driven, yeah.
It's lovely when they don't meet the stereotypes sometimes,
Yes.
you know, especially when they're so negative.
Yes.
Okay. Have you received any general feedback from your black male students regarding their experience with linked learning or NCT?
Yes. So, but repeat the question. I want to.
Yes. Have you had any general feedback?
Oh, general. Okay. Yes. One thing that I do notice though, because of the linked learning, you know, if it's really linked, that means that they would, for example, the freshmen, they would have my class. They would have the same English teacher and maybe the same science teacher. And so it's like a cohort. But sometimes, you know, that cohort, if the dynamic is not as positive as it can be, it kind of is to the students to where in a negative way.
See.
So
there's an issue.
Yes.
They have that issue 3 times a day, 3 periods a day.
Yes. And I see that with a lot of the freshmen, now with a lot of seniors, but I do see that issue with freshmen. And I don't know how to, because it's such a small cohort, they only have one English teacher. You know, they have one science teacher, they have one CT teacher, so they can't switch their schedule.
That's very interesting. And just so you know, Dr. Lund at the district, are you familiar with him? He's the one who got this study off the ground.
Okay.
Basically, that was one of the specific things he wanted to know. How was the cohorting working out?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to look at 3 or 4 different sites, and we were only able to down to one.
But you know, for the most part, it is good. And like I said, I think it's that maturity level too, because the issues happen in the 9th grade.
By the time they're in the 12th, they're okay.
Yeah. or they just know that what they need to do.
Yeah, I was going to say they've matured, like
Yes.
you said. They
Handling.
not like this group, but
Yes.
who doesn't?
Right.
Okay, we're almost done. How do you ensure that your lessons and your activities are differentiated?
Great question. Well, traditionally when, some of the ideas that are given is to maybe, put a quiet person with a loud, a more vocal person,
Yeah.
or maybe, look at the test scores and different things like that. I do walk around and I do look at the personalities, the dynamics of the groups. And as far as, I know I'll never put this group together. I have all kind of grouping activities that I use, like games or just different strategies that I use. And that's really how I group my students, or sometimes maybe their interests,
Yeah.
that helps too.
Thank you. All right. Is there anything else that I didn't ask you that you would like to share?
No, can't think of anything right now.
Great. Okay, so I am going to stop the recording at